MAV'S Coffee Clarity with Denise is brought to you in partnership with Drive Media and Consulting and their premier sponsors. Subscribe on your favorite streaming platforms and share. If you just found us, welcome. And if you're a regular, welcome back. Denise DiGrigoli has spent her life in the creative industries as an entrepreneur, helping people transform their visions into thriving businesses, working with individuals and teams to find their purpose and live their life vibrantly. On her pod, Denise delivers business intel and life hacks with wit and wisdom in short shots like a strong espresso with a solid sense of humor. Enjoy this episode of MAV'S Coffee Clarity, and here's Mav.
Welcome, my friends. You're on MAV'S Coffee Clarity with Denise DiGrigoli. Every week, we're spilling the beans. We're a show designed to help you move forward in work, love, and life. And who doesn't need that? This is not only a show where I interview fascinating people, mavericks in their own right, doers, creatives, forward-thinking people that found silver linings in their fiascos and their life challenges, but sometimes it's just me sharing the things that I'm learning while working with different clients out there in the world. We're unedited, authentic, like coffee with a friend. Stories you can use and trust to move forward, always infused with humor. Taped live. Find out more about me and my creative services, consulting and speaking at DeniseDiGrigoli.com. That's right. I said we don't edit. Okay. Today I want to talk about time management. It's that elusive skill we all pretend to have, right? But when it comes down to it, sometimes I'm like a flock of birds in a tornado, and I have to reel myself back in because time is precious. And you know it. There's millions of songs written about it, from Cher to Pink Floyd to Huey Lewis, back in the news. Yet somehow we find time to waste it. Isn't that? It's just terrible. Doom strolling, we're dazed and distracted, or we're super whacked out with so many tabs open in our computer. It's almost like we're playing this game of how many tabs can you keep open before you and your computer crash. So for me, the real struggle of time is that I think most of my clients, including myself, fall into these traps where we don't feel like we have enough time. Sometimes I get out of bed and I barely have enough time to finish a cup of coffee. My inbox is flooding with emails, client emails, family invites, obligations, spam mails, and all these fake offers that kind of steer me off my track. And then there's these weird meetings, right? People that have meetings just to have a meeting to talk about a meeting or lament about a meeting that didn't happen, or who did attend the meeting and who didn't attend the meeting. It's like less meetings, more purpose-driven. And I think we've all been there, right? We've got the work, we've got the juggle, the family, the online shopping. I mean, priorities. And what I find is our priorities shift based on what's going on in our life, and that's okay. Sometimes we set up these rogue opinions within our own mind. I'm talking about myself now. Like, I've done it like this for so long, I have to continue to do it like that. When it's really taking time to kind of recalibrate each day, look at your schedule and reprioritize. Sometimes it is a tightrope between I got this and where did the day go? Yet here's the one thing. Time management for everybody is our superpower. When you nail it, you feel like $1,000,000. And when you don't, you end up at the fridge at 2 a.m. with the fridge door open and the light shining on you. So much so you get a suntan, right? And then other things start happening. You start shooting the whipped cream in. Yeah, maybe I'm talking about me. Anyways, said no one shoot the whipped cream. If you need to fit 25 hours into a 24-hour workday, what can you do? Here's a few ways I slow down to make sense of it. Because there is this internal struggle of prioritization between family and work. And balance is a constant state of motion and recalibration, at least in my world. And, we all have the battle cry of the procrastinator, right? The classic excuse, I'll get to it later. And we sort of reprioritize right in the middle of the day. So I like to reignite my sense of focus and urgency. So we're going to tackle some time management ideas. It's kind of like, may your coffee be strong and may your patience be even stronger. and that you have the propensity like me to color code things and use different techniques to keep fighting the good fight. Being self-employed, it really is like herding rabbits on a caffeine binge. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. I've got too many tabs open, like Cyber Monday shopping, and sometimes I'm super focused. So here's a few things that I have been doing more recently based on also what the work is that I'm doing with my clients. Because I know when you have good time management, you definitely have increased productivity. You just do. And it reduces your stress. It focuses and improves your concentration, and you ultimately get a better work-life balance. I know you're probably thinking, oh, this sounds so groovy, Denise. Yeah, whatever, Buckus. I'm telling you, if you just put a few minutes a day into this, and I'm saying because I had to, I was running so ragged Q1 and 2, I really had to kind of teach what I teach others is like slow down and look at a couple of techniques that work. Now, certain times of the year, I use the Pomodoro technique, which is I set a timer for 25 minutes or 55 minutes, and I work on one task because I am a serial multitasker, and I know that really doesn't work. So I have to wind myself back and say, okay, let's break this into time blocking. And if you think about time blocking and the 24-hour period, you have, say, a third to sleep, a third to work, and a third to leisure, roughly speaking. We all have the same 1,440 minutes a day. Like J-Lo says, that's the ultimate equalizer. We all are given the same amount of time in the day. So what are we going to do with it? Well, I like the Pomodoro technique because I literally set a timer. And as much as I hate technology on certain days and feel like hitting my phone with a meat hammer, I do use the timer. And I say, I'm not taking any emails. I'm not taking any calls. I put my phone on airplane mode and I do what I have to do, whether that's write a presentation, whether that's write a talk I'm giving, plan for my podcast, or just do bookkeeping, the thing I hate the most. Anyways, then I like the eat the frog concept. I've taught that a lot in some of my workshops with teams. Tackle the most challenging thing first in the morning. And I teach this because this is where I fight with myself. It's easier to throw a load of laundry in and answer a couple B-level emails than it is to eat that frog, the thing that's the most important. Some people call it the 1-3-5 rule. Start the day with the big thing to accomplish, number 1, and then do the medium things, and then do the small tasks. All the same thing. It's prioritization. How do I eliminate multitasking? I actually have to do some self-talk, Denise. Okay, you can listen to a podcast and throw the laundry in, and that might be in the leisure time. But during work, I'm breaking my tasks into little pieces. And I actually have a do not do list because I have taught myself for years that I can do it all, but that's not really the best thing to help me move forward with the goals that I have in my personal life and in my business life. So I prioritize my tasks. I set goals, reasonable goals. I've always set very unreasonable goals. I set reasonable goals, and I do it in these time blocks. And the same way I've taught my daughter Ava to eliminate distractions, I say, you know what? You can do it. You can do those things like doom scroll or randomly listen to funny things on TikTok or online shopping, but put it into a different category. My grandmother used to say, during the work hours, we work, and after 5 is our free time. So I say in my business, during revenue generating hours or consulting hours, really, which are like 8 to 6 for me, I'm lock solid on that so that when it's time to play, I can actually play. And I do put in a few breaks. I never used to put breaks in before, but now I do. So when I get back to my work day, I'm really there. And then I reflect and adjust. And sometimes I throw in this little 2-minute rule. If the task takes less than 2 minutes, just knock it out. If it's going to take you 5, no, that's not the 2-minute rule. That goes to the do not do list. So what I think is the most important thing you can do right now is take 5 minutes, just pause. We're going to make this a short pod today. Just pause, look at your list. Is it work? Is it personal? Is it play? Is it life? Is it finance? Whatever the categories that you work under and how you move your life forward, business, professional, and otherwise. Prioritize those things and then break it down. Is it during the work hours? Is it during the leisure hours? And definitely sleep. Ava's pediatrician would always say, sleep makes brains. And it's true. You can't focus if you don't have good sleep or good nutrition. You can't make good decisions. You're not time blocking anything. If you're dehydrated and you're lethargic and you're, having too many party evenings, right? It's the 80-20 rule. 20% of your efforts give you 80% of your results. And that's true in anything. 80% of your business comes from 20% of your best clients. And you can bet your bippy 20% of the people in your organization probably do 80% of the work. So if we know that sort of Pareto principle, and we can't fight that, let's work with that. If 20% of our efforts give us 80% of our results, if we use a little time blocking, we really can fit 28 hours into a 24-hour day. But then my next question would be, who would want to do that? So my friends, in time blocking, 20 hours, 24 hours a day, you've got a third of that to sleep, a third productivity, a third leisure. So in the productivity section, how are you breaking out your day? Maybe you're doing time blocking. Maybe you're doing it in 25 minutes, 30 minutes, 50 minutes, 60 minutes, and prioritize it. This is also a good way to look at how you spend your time. In the same way they tell you to write down all of your finances so you can track your disposable income, because we always spend more of our disposable income than we realize. Like if you track how many Starbucks coffees you have or pit stops at Panera, Chipotle, or whatever, you might dial that back so you can buy a new outfit or go to a better rock concert. Okay, I got off the track there. Let's back onto the track of time management, because everybody wants more time in their day, but they want it to be more productive so they feel like they nailed it. And whether you use a paper planner or an online planner, use it. What happens is sometimes, just like a diet, we get on good nutrition, we're tracking our food, we feel better, we're going to the gym, we're tracking that, we get to where we want to be, and then we stop doing it. And then, similar to like the people that use the daily drive, like, oh, I stopped doing it and the weight came back on. So what you give your attention to, or whatever wolf you feed, is the wolf that grows. Intentionality is part of this. You've got to make time in the morning, I would say, similar to brushing your teeth. I mean, who doesn't do that, right? Imagine if you didn't brush your teeth. So when you take time to make this part of your morning routine, a little time management, and just look at your day and how you want to spend your day, then you can decide to change throughout the day. Okay, I was going to do this at 4. I'm not going to do it now because I want to change my path, as opposed to saying the day got away from me. The day got away from you because you let the day get away from you, right? We all have the same amount of time. And hey, listen, I'm working on it too, my friends. I'm no different. I've got to recalibrate my energy almost every day. There's so many good things and so many opportunities happening. Everything's looking for my attention, and I love to look online. I love to share my thoughts online. I love to do online shopping. I love to have coffee with a friend. But it all has to flow into some sort of meaningful calendar, so that my downtime is more productive and my productive time is what it needs to be. That's how I keep the wheels moving on the bus, my friends. This week, we're talking about time management. That's right. MAV'S Coffee Clarity. We're a show designed to share business intel, life hacks, and short shots like strong espresso to help you move forward. Peace out, my friends. This is the time I've got for this today. Mav's got to get back to work. I hope that you'll subscribe to my newsletter. Visit my website, DeniseDiGrigoli.com. Together we move forward. Peace out. Mav's got to get back to work. Hey, it's Denise over at MAV'S Coffee Clarity. Did you know we offer an insider bi-weekly brew delivered right to your inbox? We don't spam, but listen, it's got great insider tips, life hacks, and business intel you can use, fresh ideas, creative ideas to move forward. Visit DeniseDiGrigoli.com and sign up today. I promise we don't sell your data. We don't share your data. We just talk to you via your email. Peace out, my friends. Mav's got to get back to work. I hope you're listening to the Mav's Coffee Clarity with Denise. Find us wherever you listen to your favorite pods.